other platforms, really robust, really healthy. And I think we've done a very, very good job in ensuring that we are open to whatever the latest and greatest is from our competitors, as well as from ourselves. So, you know, when you look at Exchange ActiveSync, you look at Exchange on a Windows phone, you look at Exchange on an iPhone. We actually helped Apple write the code that allowed iPhone to connect to Exchange. So we want these platforms to succeed. We want them to be able to connect, but we want them to be able to do it in a secure and effective way. And so we continue that process. Productivity, you know, I'm going to stand up here and I'm going to say categorically, nobody in computing does as much for productivity as Microsoft does. It doesn't. And I will say that confidently because I would encourage you. If you think you can live without it, get rid of Office and go back to pen and paper for a few weeks in your office and see how that goes. I know there are other people out there that are offering free applications or nearly free applications. I've tried them. It's not a pretty experience, particularly at any point in your lifetime if you've used Office. So honestly, I'm not saying that as a Microsoft fanboy. I'm saying Office is a really solid productivity suite. It is. Along with that, we've added Link, which is a fabulous internal communications program. It's corporate instant messenger with the ability if you have IP telephony, you can hop on a call with a coworker or share a desktop or share whatever very quickly, cleanly, and easily in a secure work environment. Link is a fabulous product for collaboration and connectivity. It really is pretty sweet. SharePoint, I cannot, if I were to leave Microsoft and go do my own thing, it would probably be in SharePoint Consulting. I remember years ago when SharePoint kind of showed up, we did this early beta that we did, probably none of you have ever heard it, called the 60-minute Intranet Kit. And that was kind of the genesis for what became SharePoint. And I know that I checked a few years ago and Microsoft's at about 120,000 employees. We have about 120,000 SharePoint sites. So I know at least internally it's a pretty, it's a pretty successful product. And I know that anybody that has deployed it in an organization and really got their people engaged using it has been very happy that they've done it. Because the way it manages data, the way it manages the working experience, the way it allows users to collaborate and connect, very important stuff. And finally, Exchange. Exchange is one of those products that's been around long enough that people seem to forget about it. It's just their email and it just works. And we've continued to evolve that product. And as we've moved on to hosted Exchange, etc., it's actually kind of funny. Exchange is our product, and yet we've even moved to hosted Exchange just because it's easier to manage and maintain. But we also have and understand connectivity in the social/professional environments. Things like Skype, things like Facebook, LinkedIn, Instant Messenger, all these products we either make or we connect to or we find better ways to integrate with. And that's the thing that we're always trying to do is figure out how to make available this ubiquitous computing experience. So that's our end goal. It's just you have a device, you go do what you want to do, and you don't think about how it works. It just works, and that's something that we're always trying to strive for. App development, as I mentioned, and I'm sure you in the back can read all of this, so I won't bother going over it. And app development, as I said, with Windows Phone 7, it's been Silverlight next to A. Future versions we're moving to HTML5. So the idea here, using Visual Studio, you can create applications across all platforms. The Visual Studio team is doing a ton of work to try and make this as seamless as possible. So if you are a developer, you can get in, you can write applications very simply and easily. And HTML5 has phenomenal diversity and capability for doing a broad range of things. And if you have a chance to play with Windows 8, and I would encourage you to take the release preview, which is really fairly close to code complete. Load it on a PC. I would never encourage you to take beta and put it on your productivity machine that is your absolute mission critical device, but if you happen to have a computer lying around, give it a shot. It requires surprisingly low specifications to run, and I think you get a kick out of trying it out. But anyway, most of the applications that are there are HTML5, and they'll work very well. So at the end of the day, I go back to why us? You know, why am I standing up here and talking to you about this? And the thing is, because I honestly believe that from a software perspective, we're the only company out there that ties everything together. From home / consumer to business to back-end infrastructure to communications between businesses to security to management to everything you're wanting to do. You know, I'm confident in my mind that nobody else kind of reaches as far in what they can offer in one solution. And I say that because the reason it's valuable is because I know there are companies that can piece things together. But when you have one company working on an entire set of things that are designed to work together, it just provides a better experience. Are there companies out there that do some things better than us? Absolutely. Absolutely. But I think what we do best is we do everything. And by doing that, I think that any business that has taken that approach has minimized their support costs, their support headaches, and has basically provided a more positive environment for computing. Now, I want to get, by the way, if you want more information on this, I didn't post the hyperlink because it's really, really long, but if you go to Microsoft.com and you just type in the search strategies for embracing consumerization of IT, it'll take you to a white paper. If you don't want to type all that, just type consumerization of IT and you know, it's funny, that word has come along so suddenly that there's still no good still auto-correcting it. So apparently that's a term we've coined pretty recently. Now, I just have a few more minutes to talk about something that I need to do my pitch for my marketing friends, which is talking about how you get free stuff by selling our stuff.